Hello, I'm Crystal, and today we're going to do a gentle chair stretch practice. Thank you for joining. I do invite you. This is a practice for everybody and anybody really. So I invite you to go grab your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your grandmother, your daughter, your son. Everybody can really join in just to bring a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretch to the body. Today we'll just bring a little bit of focus to the breath, really just to help the body to stretch. This will be a practice completely in the chair or seated. So any seated position, will want to have be able to put your feet onto the floor. So just make sure that wherever you're seated, the feet make contact with the floor. You can bring a blanket or a towel underneath the feet to make it a little more comfortable. And then I will be using a strap, so if you want to grab a towel, a belt, or a tie to use, and if you don't have access to those, that's perfectly fine as well. And we'll just be, just use as little effort as necessary to go into these poses, just to allow the body to really stretch. And just keep the focus with the breath. To allow the areas that we're focusing on to really come to a nice stretch. So we're just coming into a seated position, and just bring the feet flat onto the floor. And again, you can always raise the floor up if you need to. You can put a pillow underneath the feet, stack a blanket on top, whatever you need to do if you need to raise that floor up a little bit. Making sure both sit bones are nice and seated, planted into that seat so you feel rooted down, nice and stable. Hands can rest right on the thighs, right in your lap. Sit up nice and tall, creating length in the spine through the neck. And then if you feel comfortable, begin to close your eyes. If not, just find a spot that you can maybe send a soft focus to. And then just begin to bring your focus to your breath. Just begin to notice it. You don't need to change anything, just start to notice it. So just remember to be gentle with yourself today and just move in a way that's beneficial to you. Just taking a moment here to center into this moment. Leaving outside distractions behind, so we're not worrying about our to-do list. We're not worrying about what we have to do later today. Leaving the past behind just for a little bit of time here while we get in a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretching for our bodies. Just noticing how the chest rises on each inhale and falls with each exhale. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. Maybe take a moment to scan through your body and notice any areas that you may feel tightness or tension, maybe any soreness. Just become aware of those areas. Make a little side note. And then come right back to your breath. So for today's practice, we'll try to initiate each of our movements with the breath. So we'll begin our inhale first and then the movement. And then we'll begin our exhale and then the movement. So this may take a little getting used to. We're used to not thinking about our breathing. So I'm asking you to think about the breathing first and then initiate the movement. So to start off by practicing that a little bit, on your next inhale breath, begin to inhale through your nose and then just turn your gaze over your right shoulder. So we inhale and turning over the right shoulder. And then we begin to exhale and come back to center. Inhale and turn to left. Exhale, come back to center. Now always just move to where you feel good. Inhale to the right. Exhale back to center. So only go to where you feel a gentle stretch. Inhale to the left. And if you feel any pain, just don't do that movement. Exhale back to center. Everybody's body's a little bit different. Inhale again, look over the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the left. Initiate that exhale, back to center. Now this time on the inhale, let's drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale. Right ear to right shoulder. And let's just stay right here as we breathe. And check in with that right shoulder. Notice, is it trying to lift to meet the right ear? And just see if we can welcome it to relax down. Keep breathing through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. Feeling just a gentle stretch on the left side of the neck. Relaxing through your jaw. All other areas of your body, being mindful of the entire body as we try to relax and allow the muscles to stretch out. And then we're going to take a gentle half circle here. So we're going to begin to lower the chin down towards the chest. So we take a half circle, coming to the other side. Very slow. Bringing the left ear now to the left shoulder. You may notice one side feels different than the other. And again, if you feel any pain, come out of the stretch some or come out of it completely. So always listen to your body. Any pain you may feel, come out of the pose. And you may not, your poses, your stretches may not look like mine, and that's okay. You always want to listen to your body. So yoga is for you, yoga is for your body. Keep breathing here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the nose, releasing the stress each time you exhale. Relaxing that left shoulder down. On your next inhale, begin that inhale through the nose and then lower the chin back down, chin to chest. Until your chin is meeting your chest here. Exhaling out. And then the next inhale breath will lift the head back up to neutral. Exhale out here through the nose. And you can always take an inhale or an exhale out the mouth. There's no rules against that. So whatever feels good for you. Just begin to gently roll our shoulders, bringing them up to the ears, roll them down the back. Just releasing some tensions. You might feel some cracking or hear popping, and that's okay. And then we'll stop and go in the opposite direction. So big, small, whatever your shoulder rolls look like is okay. Don't ever worry about what you look like. You may look silly. That's okay. Kids don't care what they look like, so we don't need to care what we look like. What feels good is what matters. And bringing this movement to an end, and then we're just going to come to some simple twists. So I just guide my arms side to side, so very slow, very gentle. I'm just gently beginning to warm up my spine here. Just gliding my hands across my lap, very slow. Stopping just for a moment on each side. Still sitting up nice and tall, always check in with that spine. We want to create a nice length up the spine. Imagine a piece of string starting from your tailbone, weaving up through each vertebrae all the way up to the spine, interweaving through the neck, up through your skull, out the crown of your head, and somebody's pulling that string up, making this nice and tall like a marionette. You can remember that throughout your day. Take that with you throughout your day. Try to remember always to sit with a nice, lengthy spine and neck. We'll just slowly bringing that to movement to an end, coming back to just a neutral, sitting up tall position, and we'll take some nice wrist stretches now. So just placing the right hand out, the palms pressing forward so the fingers are facing up, and then I'm just going to use my other hand to draw those fingers back towards my face. So just stretching the bottom side of my wrist here. And this will feel good if you type a lot or write a lot. Using the wrists, just giving the wrist a little bit of love. Continuing breathing. Keeping a nice controlled breath. And then I'm going to just flip and bring my fingertips down to the earth. And now my hand will guide, and I like to use the back of my palm back towards my body. So now I'm stretching the back side of that wrist. Hugging my ribs in, drawing the navel to my spine. Being mindful of the entire body. Checking in, noticing is your jaw tensed up or tight? Is your forehead wrinkled or tensed up and tight? And just use your breath and invite those areas to relax a little bit. Shake out that hand. We'll just move on to the other side. So pressing the left hand out, palms press forward, the fingers are facing up, and we'll just draw those fingers back towards the face. Coming to your breath. Imagine sending your breath down the arm to that wrist. Feeling the muscles relax and stretching, the fibers stretching apart. Releasing, allowing the fingers to point down, and drawing the back of the palm now towards the body. And just shake both wrists out, shake them, and just doing some gentle wrist rolls, wrist circles. And again, you might hear that popping and cracking. And going back in the opposite direction here. And then we're going to take a big inhale. Just take the arms to the outside. Inhale through the nose. Reach all the way overhead and then keep the arms here. And I want you to pretend that you're climbing a rope. reach up and grab, or you're grabbing something from the top shelf, and alternate from side to side. Really reach up. You're pulling yourself up, and reach and pull. Reach up and pull. Keep breathing. Keep reaching and pulling. Keep both hips seated and planted onto your chair here. Feeling a nice stretch from each hip all the way up through the side body. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the nose. Both arms reach up nice and tall, and on your exhale, arms release down, coming all the way down to the chair. So come to the seat of the chair where you can grab hold of the chair. We're going to come into some seated cat-cows here. This is a traditional yoga pose. So from here, you're holding on to the chair. On your inhale breath, we'll begin to inhale through our nose. Inhale. As we begin to draw the chest through the shoulders here, we'll inhale. And the chin will raise, the gaze will come up. And we're taking an arch in our back here. And then as we begin to exhale, we're going to round through the back, and the chin comes to the chest. Begin an inhale breath. Draw the chest forward. The chin rises. Using the grip on the chair here to help you move. Exhale. As you round, chin comes to chest. Inhale. Send that chest forward. Chin rises, opening the throat, broadening through the collarbones. And exhale. As you round, spine, your gaze comes down to the belly button. Inhale, keep moving with your breath. Let the breath initiate the movement. Next time you come to a neutral position, you can release your seat on release on the chair. Hands come to the lap. We're just going to come into a forward fold on an inhale breath. Lengthen up tall through the spine. On an exhale, allow the hands to just glide down the legs, the front of the legs, and we're going to fold over the legs. All the way down to what feels comfortable to you, letting the chest rest onto the lap. The head can hang heavy here. The hands can come to the floor if that's comfortable. You can shake the head yes and no if that feels okay. Breathing here. Should feel a nice stretch in the back. If that's too much for you, you can always rise back up. You also don't have to go that deep into this fold. Your fold can be, you can keep your palms on your thighs. Your fold can just be here. You can also place a pillow in your lap for support or hold it to your chest. From this forward fold, we'll take an inhale breath and create a nice flat back. Send the crown of the head up tall so the palms can come to your shins or to your thighs for a flat back on a nice inhale breath. We fold again on an exhale. On our inhale breath, we create a flat back and we rise all the way back up. The palms touch overhead, and we exhale the hands down to our chest bone. The thumbs touch the sternum, coming to heart center. We will take a couple of half sun salutations here, and these are just a little bit of movement, just to get the energy flowing within the body. Inhaling, the arms up. And on an exhale, the arms will separate. Send the chest forward as we swan dive to a forward fold. Take that inhale breath, rise up to a flat back. Exhale the forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Take that flat back. Inhale all the way back up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale the hands down to heart center. We'll take that again. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, active back, nice flat back here. Exhale the hands, forward fold. Inhale with a flat back, root to rise. Palms touch overhead. Exhale the hands to heart center. Last time, and I'll take the variation here. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale to an active back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, flat back, root to rise. Palms touch overhead. Exhale the hands down to heart center. Wonderful. From this position, let's just drop the hands down by the sides. The palms are facing forward, coming into a Tadasana mountain pose. So from here, you want your feet to be hip-width distance apart on the mat. Plant those feet down, all four corners. Let's lift the toes up off of the mat and spread the toes out nice and wide, and then plant them back down. Feel the energy from the earth come up through the feet, all the way up through the legs. Feeling it all through the body, sitting. Both sit bones are planted into your chair. Okay, we feel that energy rise up. Hug the ribs in, draw the navel to the spine. We feel the spine lengthening up through. We draw that string like a marionette. The shoulders relax away from the ears. You feel the shoulder blades draw down the spine. The arms are by the sides. The palms are facing forward. We're in a strong mountain pose here. You can gently close the eyes if you feel comfortable, or again, find a soft focus point. We call it a drishti point. And take a moment here to come back to your breath. Come back to that inhale through your nose and the exhale out the nose. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest on each inhale and exhale breath. Maybe you begin to deepen the breath a little. Gently open the eyes if you had them closed. The hands can come back to the thighs. And then we're just going to begin to straighten the right leg forward. On an inhale breath, let's begin to flex that foot. Bring those toes back towards the face. And then exhale and point. Inhale, flex. Exhale and point. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. And now just begin to draw circles. Roll those ankles out, and I'm hearing all kinds of popping. That's okay. Go in the opposite direction. And lower that foot back down, and let's do the other side. Straighten that left foot, or left leg out. And on an inhale breath, let's draw those toes back towards the face, flexing the foot. And then we'll exhale to point the toes. Inhale to flex. Exhale to point. Inhale to flex. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And ankle rolls. So just take it to the outside or whichever direction first. And then go in the opposite direction. And then ending that movement, we'll place that foot back onto the mat. And you may want to scooch a little to the end of your seat, still feeling nice and supported though. Your ankles are underneath the knees here. And then we're going to grab underneath this right leg and begin to lift that leg off of the mat or the floor, lower it back down. Again, lift, lower. Now some of you may not need to lift. You may be able to just keep your hands on your seat and do it without the use of your hands, and that's okay. So there's always many variations. You do what you need to do with your body. So everybody's body is different. Each day is different. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And we're going to stop on the right leg and let's move over to the left. So you can grab underneath the thigh and begin to lift and lower. And it doesn't matter how high you come off the floor, maybe just a very micro centimeter off the floor, and that's okay. And let's inhale as we lift. Okay, so take an inhale breath and lift, and exhale breath and lower. And again, the hands can be holding on to the chair seat. And lower. Just keep that spine nice and tall. One more. Just warming up our hip flexors here a little bit. So we're going to go back over to the right side. This time we're going to lift the leg and we're going to open it and lower it down. And then lift it back up and bring it back to center and lower. And again, you could be holding the chair, lifting the leg, opening and lower. Lift, come back to center and lower. One more time, whatever variation you're doing. Lift, back to center, and lower. We're going to come to the left leg, using the hands here to guide you. Again, make sure you're hugging the navel into the spine. Lift, press into that right foot, open, lower. Lift, back to center, and lower. You can always try holding. Lift, open, lower, lift, back to center, lower. We got one more on this side. Lift, open, and lower. And now we're going to leave this leg right where it is. We're going to come back to this right leg and we're going to lift it and we're going to open that one wide as well. Now your stance may not be as wide as mine. This may be your stance and that's okay. It may be wider, that's okay. So just adjust, make sure you feel supported in your body. I don't want you to feel like you're going to fall out of the chair. You should feel supported here. Hands will come to the thighs, right above the knees, near the knees. Thumbs are on the insides. Your fingers are on the back of the thighs. So we're going to lock out this right arm, probably the only time you would lock out a joint during yoga. And we're going to send the right shoulder forward and come back. And we're going to switch to the left. forward and back. And now we're going to add our breath. Let's inhale and exhale to come back. And inhale and exhale to come back. Inhale and exhale, come back. Inhale, exhale. Make any adjustments you may need to make. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Take an inhale. We're going to hold now. Now you may go deeper. And you can even take the gaze now over the left shoulder if that feels okay for you. If not, keep your gaze neutral. Should feel a nice stretch on that right shoulder. You may feel it. This is a twist as well, so you're going to feel this through the spine and the back. Come to your breath. Check in if you may be gripping or tensing in any areas. See if you can invite those areas to relax. If you feel any pain, come out of the pose. Let's take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale breath, come back to neutral. Exhale, left shoulder drops down. And we'll hold here. Maybe we take the gaze over the right shoulder. You've got 3 breaths here. Take some nice controlled breaths. On your next inhale, rise back up to neutral. You can guide one leg in and then the other. And now here's where we will grab our strap, our towel, our belt, our tie, whatever we have. Both feet come back to hip width distance apart. The ankles are below the knees. And we're going to take our strap and wrap it around the ball of the right foot. Both sit bones are planted in the chair, sitting up nice and tall, hugging the navel to the spine. And we are going to begin to straighten out that right leg. And again, it may not be where I'm at. It may be here, and that's okay. So just straighten where it feels comfortable for you. You may be able to reach down further on your strap, or just getting a little bit of a stretch in here. Just try to stay nice and tall and lifted through the upper body, through the spine. Just breathe, relax a little bit. Maybe you smile. Enjoy this time for yourself. Listening to the sound of your breath. You could stay right here, or you can play a little bit and see if you can. I may take my left hand to grip the chair seat for support and see if you could draw the leg towards the outside. Just for our inner leg stretch, this may not be doable for you today, and that's okay. And you could just draw that leg back in. And slowly place the foot back onto the floor, but keep your strap where it is. Bringing the strap into the left hand and just allow that right knee to fall to the outside. Just getting a little bit of a hip stretch here. Now this may be enough of a hip stretch for you, and you're more than welcome to stay right here. If you want more of a stretch, you can begin to lift that foot up and rest the ankle onto the left thigh, coming into a figure 4 stretch. So if you're here, you want to keep this right foot flexed. Check in and make sure both sit bones are on the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, long spine, long neck. And if you're here and you can still get a little bit more, you can begin to hinge from the hips forward. Breathing fresh oxygen into the hip, no matter where you are. And exhaling out all that tension and tightness. If you've taken a fold here, come back to sitting upright. If the ankle is on the thigh, we'll slowly release it back down to the floor. Draw the knee back into the other side. We'll release the right foot and draw the strap now around the left foot. Again, making sure we have that right foot planted, and just begin to straighten out that left leg. Flexing that left foot, feel more of a stretch on the back part of that left leg. Come into your breathing, sitting up nice and tall. And you should feel, even sitting up tall, you're working all of those back muscles. So that's a workout in and of itself that you can work on throughout the day. So things that we do in our yoga practice, we can take with us throughout the day, which is really great. Our breathing, mindfulness, lengthening. And again, if you want to try on this side, opening that left leg out, more than welcome. Actually takes a little bit of strength as well to hold that leg up. Come back in, we'll slowly lower that left foot down to the mat. And bring the strap into the right hand now. And allow the left knee just to open a little bit here. Dropping it to the outside. You could stay right here. You could begin to draw the right ankle up onto, or the left ankle, I'm sorry, up onto the right thigh. And you may notice right away that one side may be tighter than the other, one side's more open than the other, and that's absolutely normal. Just make note of that. We're not trying to fix anything right now. Just want to become aware. So staying nice and tall with our controlled breathing. Maybe we even hinge a little bit forward. Just coming to our edge today. And then we're going to breathe into that. Sitting back upright, gently releasing the foot back down. The knee comes back to neutral. We can release the foot. And then let's just place the strap on our lap. We will be using it again. Moving up to the arms and the shoulder joints. Just placing the arms down to a low V position. And then I just want you to round into the knees. Bring the palms to the knees and then open back up so the palms are facing forward and opening up the chest. So we'll inhale, rounding, exhale, open. Inhale around and exhale to open. Inhale around, exhale and open. Now we're going to rise up to a T position. So the palms are still facing forward. And we're going to mix up the breath this time. So take a big inhale breath here. And on an exhale, let's round. Bring the palms to touch. Inhale. We open up big. Even lift the chest a little, or the chin a little. Exhale and round. Inhale, let's open up big. Exhale. Feel the shoulder blades expanding open on this. Inhale. And exhale to round. Last one. Inhale to open. Now this time we're going to rise up to a V position. And this time we're going to change the breath up. Okay, so this time we're going to inhale as we close forward. So now make the palms face down, okay? And then we'll exhale to open. So we're still opening the chest, but just not as much. Inhale, the palms are down. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Reach, 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 nice and tall. And then exhale the arms down to the sides. And then just shake everything out. Just warming up that upper body a little bit. We're going to take the strap or the tie or the belt, whatever you have, and just grab it. And we're actually going to make it wider than shoulder width. So your clasp on the strap is going to be wider than shoulders and hips. And I'm actually going to scooch a little bit away from the edge of my chair. And we're just going to take nice, controlled, slow inhales and exhales here and moving with our breath. So on an inhale breath, we'll inhale through our nose, gently rising all the way up. And then exhale to lower down. So we're working on our shoulder mobility here. If you have any issues with that, this may not be workable for you. So just do what you can without any pain. Inhale. Now go a little bit further behind. Exhale, come back. Slow and controlled. Use the strap to create tightness here. Inhale again. Again, go a little behind. You'll feel an opening in the chest. Exhale. So I don't have a lot of shoulder mobility, so I'm going wider here. Inhale, all the way up. Now on the exhale, we're going all the way behind. If this is doable for you, opening that shoulder, the chest, all the way down. Then we're inhaling back up. And exhaling back down. This is really great to do every day. Really opening up the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale slowly. With control. I don't want to injure anything. Inhale. Exhale back down. Now only do this if it feels okay for you. If you feel any pain at all, do not go there. Inhale. You can just stay right here with the inhales up and then back down. And exhale. You can work your way to this. Inhale back up. And exhale down. And then we're going to release that and just shake it all out. And we're done with the strap. You can release that down to the side. Shake everything out. I really feel that. That really opened up my arms. So now we really open up the front of the body up here in our front chest. So now we're going to work and try to open up the back side of the chest. We're going to do eagle arms. So for our eagle arms, we'll take the arms out to airplane arms, and then we'll cross them in front. So we'll take this right arm underneath, cross them as far as you can, and now take the right arm, bring the thumb up towards the nose, okay? And then the left hand will come and meet the back of the other hand. And then from here, if you can bind, we'll go ahead and do that. This may be where you're at, and that's okay. Otherwise, I want you to take that right hand and bind it around. Okay, so we're here. From this position, we'll inhale to lift the hands, lift the elbows, and exhale to draw the hands away from the face. You should feel a nice stretch through the shoulder blades here. Come back to your breath. Now you can also bring the legs into this. You could cross the right ankle over the left. You could even cross the right leg over the left leg. Again, think about on the inhale, drawing the elbows up to be in line with the shoulders, and the exhale, drawing the hands away from the face. Last breath here. Sitting up nice and tall. Gently release it all out and shake everything out. And then we'll move on to the other side. Sitting up nice and tall, both sit bones are planted. We'll send both arms out to the side. We'll cross in front, and this time with the left arm underneath the right. So the left thumb now comes up to the face. We bring the back of the right palm to meet, and then we'll try to take a bind. So the right hand will wrap around the right hand, or the left hand will wrap around the right. Inhale, see if you can lift those elbows a little higher. And exhale, see if you might be able to draw the hands a little bit away from the face. Very intense stretch. So just go to your edge here. Come to your breathing. Try to relax. Sit up nice and tall. Next exhale, I want you just to release everything out and just shake it all out. Shake everything out. This real official yoga stuff here. Shaking it all out. Got one last exercise I want to try. So bringing the arms out to airplane arms again. Put the palms pressing away from the body. The fingertips are pointing up. And here I want you to imagine drawing those fingertips back towards the face. So really trying to pull those fingertips back towards the face. So press those like you're pressing against a wall, but the fingertips are drawing back towards the face. Keep pulling them back, keep pulling them back. Pull, pull, pull those fingertips back towards the face. And now draw the fingertips down towards the earth. And imagine those fingertips now are drawing towards the belly or towards your armpits, pulling them towards your armpits. Keep pulling them towards the armpits. Pull, 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 and release them down. Shake those arms again. Might feel a little burning going on. That's okay. That's good. We're working them. Let's take an inhale breath now. Inhale up overhead. Exhale it down. Out your mouth. Let it go. Inhale up. Let that air go out your mouth. Again, inhale. Let it go out your mouth. One more time. Inhale up. Clasp your hands together. Flip the palms. Let your palms face upward and press up towards the sky. Now drop the palms in front of you, front of the body, round the back. Drop the chin to the chest. Lift back up overhead. Release the clasp. And now take your left wrist and clasp it with your right hand here. And then we're going to lift up and just draw over to the side. Just a little bit, just gently here. Keep that left hip planted onto the seat. And then come back up and release, clasping that right wrist now, lifting up and over. Gentle stretch here. And come back up and release and just relax down. And then I just want you to sit back now into your chair. Both feet are on the mat. Placing your hands back in your lap. Both feet are planted. Both your sit bones are planted now. Sitting up nice and tall, just like we started our practice today. We're coming into our final relaxation. So this is usually our area where we find a spot to find a place of stillness. And this is one of the most important poses in yoga. It's a time when the body can take a moment to reap the benefits of all the poses that we just did in yoga. It's really an important time. So we get as comfortable as we can, and we just want to take a moment of rest. We can take this pose here in a seated position. You could also come onto the mat and lay onto your back and put your legs up onto the chair. So it's your choice here. I will be in a seated position. So I just want you to become nice and comfortable. So really just allow your shoulders to relax down. I'm actually up against a wall. I'm going to lean back in my chair a little bit, but still have a little bit of I have support from the back of my chair. I'm nice and comfortable. My clothes are free, they're comfortable. You can have a blanket resting over you. Make sure you feel very comfortable in your space. Once you are, I invite you to close your eyes, if that feels okay. If not, just find a place, something to focus on gently. And we're going to come back to that focus, that area of breathing again, noticing your chest as it rises and falls with each inhale and exhale. And during this time, any thoughts that may arise, just notice them and then allow them to float away with your next exhale. So really just taking this moment for you, for stillness and silence in both your mind and your body. Take a moment here to notice how the body feels now compared to when you started this practice. Allow yourself to just melt down into the seat. Feel supported by your chair, by the earth beneath you. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself. Take a moment of rest. Just allow your breath now to be natural. Surrender yourself down to the earth. Become still as we rest in Shavasana. So begin to bring your awareness back to your breathing, noticing the rise and the fall of your chest on each inhale and exhale. And we'll slowly awaken the body with gentle movements. Maybe rub the thumb across each fingertip. You can begin to wiggle the toes. Roll out the wrists. Gentle head movements. And if you've laid down onto the floor, you may want to roll onto your side. Take a moment here to just give yourself thanks and gratitude for taking a moment today to come to the mat to do this practice today, to welcome movement into your day. We'll all meet back in a seated position where we started today. And then bringing your hands into a prayer position, the palms are touching. Let the thumbs come to the sternum and touch the sternum. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. You can gently open the eyes. Welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed the practice today, and I hope that you'll all come back and continue to practice with me. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you next time.